I began teaching our son to call him uncle. Once I realized my CEO husband still couldn't get over his ex-girlfriend, a single divorced mom. When our son had a fever and his ex called him away in the middle of the night, I touched our son's burning forehead and made him say, "Goodbye, uncle." When he promised to go to our son's parent-teacher conference but his ex called crying about how her son had no father to walk him in, my husband left without a second thought. I didn't even look up. I handed our son my phone and had him text the teacher an excuse on behalf of uncle. Every time our son hesitated for so long, until later, when my husband finally realized what he owed us, he suggested we take family photos together. At the entrance of the photo studio, the ex called again, sobbing into the phone, "Kai, can you come pick up Tanner from kindergarten right now? The other kids are making fun of him for not having a dad." Reluctance flashed across my husband's face. He was about to crouch down and explain to our son. This time, without any prompting from me, our son waved him off. "It's okay, uncle. You go be with your other kid. Me and mom are enough for a family photo." The moment our son said those words, both Kai Hale and I froze. For the 28 days since I realized Kai's heart wasn't with our family anymore, every time he abandoned me and our son for Serafina Reed, I made our son call him uncle, to remind both myself and our son not to get hurt by someone who wasn't worth it. But our son didn't see it that way. He was only 7 years old, right in the middle of needing his dad the most. Every time I asked him to say uncle, he'd hesitate forever before quietly whispering the word. But today, he said it on his own, smooth and natural, like he'd practiced it 1,000 times in his head. Seeing us both stunned, our son took my hand and said to Kai, "Uncle, you go ahead." Then he looked at me. "Mom, let's go. We're gonna be late." He pulled me along, step by step, toward the photo studio. The family photo session was something Kai had suggested to make up for missing our son's school event. Our son had been looking forward to it for half a month. I walked stiffly beside him, my heart feeling like it was being crushed by a rock. The pressure was so suffocating I wanted to cry. I found out about Kai's affair by accident. He went to celebrate Tanner's kid's birthday and came back with tickets in his pocket. 3 tickets to Universal Studios Orlando. For our son's 6th birthday. He'd wished for the whole family to go together to see the Minions. Kai thought it was childish and shot it down without a second thought. A few days later, he went with Tanner's kid instead. I found Serafina's Instagram post on Kai's phone. The most magical place should be visited with the best dad. The photo showed Kai and Serafina holding a child, the 3 of them together. Serafina was his first love, divorced with a kid. That night, we had our biggest fight. I wanted a divorce and full custody. Kai said I was being crazy. He asked how I could bear to let our son grow up without a father. He swore up and down that he only felt bad for Serafina. Looking at our son's scared face, I bit my lip until it almost bled. I knew that if I forced our son to leave with me, he'd never forget Kai. But I also knew that if it happened once, it'd happen again. I didn't want my kid to suffer because of his so-called sympathy. So I chose another approach. I tricked Kai into signing divorce papers. 30 days until it was official. During those 30 days, if Kai came to his senses, I'd pretend nothing happened for our son's sake. If not, I'd spend those 30 days doing everything I could to help our son become desensitized. Today was day 28. Our son had called Kai uncle on his own. I felt our son's body trembling, but I wasn't happy. It felt like 1,000 needles stabbing my heart. As we crossed the street, Kai finally snapped out of it. He took a few steps after us, about to ask what was going on, when Serafina called again, still with that soft, crying voice. "Kai, where are you? Tanner keeps crying and saying he wants his daddy. I can't calm him down." Kai stopped. He stared at our backs, phone in hand, and said, "Okay, I know. I'll be right there." After hanging up, he texted me, "Let's talk tonight," then turned and left without looking back. The roar of an engine started up and faded into the distance. Our son stopped walking and buried himself in my arms, his tears soaking my clothes. "Mom, can